Hey YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and state my little opinion on the Chris Brown situation. That noise that you hear is a fan because it's 94 degrees right now in Ohio, and I'm literally like laying right next to my fan. But anyway, Chris Brown is receiving a lot of backlash over some lyrics in the song that he stated. Now, I haven't heard the song. I have not listened to Chris Brown in so long. I have not been that much of a fan of Chris Brown since like his early days, back when he was singing, Run It and Wall to Wall and stuff like that. Recently, I just haven't been a fan of Chris Brown. But anyway, basically the lyrics that Chris Brown rapped or whatever said that he only fucks black bitches with nice hair. And a lot of people took offense to it, especially black women. Chris Brown has a lot of supporters, and a lot of those supporters are black women, of all shapes, all skin tones, all hair textures. And just imagine somebody that you like or that you've supported for years just be disrespectful to women that look like you. And we know what Chris Brown meant by that comment. You got people, especially black men, who also don't like black women. You got them saying like, oh, it's his preference, this and that, it's his preference. Black women are so offended. Black women are always bitching about something. Black women are always mad about something. Y'all taking it too seriously. All he said was he only liked black bitches with nice hair. But my thing is, y'all know what the fuck Chris Brown meant when he said that shit. It's a known fact in the black community that hair texture is a really big deal. I mean, we've seen, little black girls get bullied for their hair texture. And if you need a public example, I'll give you Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy, Beyonce's daughter, had been bullied since before she was even, able to walk, about her hair texture. Blue Ivy has very thick, very kinky, coily, type 4 natural hair. Her hair is all natural, and I think it's beautiful. Or even, let's see, Steph Curry's daughter. Steph Curry's daughter, the oldest one, has a kinkier hair texture. Even though Steph Curry's daughter is light-skinned with blue eyes, the typical features that black people tend to favor, that some black people tend to favor, they still went in on that little girl's hair because of the texture. What other? Okay, I'll say Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's adoptive daughter, Zahara, the black daughter that they have. She has very kinky, coily, type 4 natural hair, and I remember people used to go in on her hair. When I say people used to go in on her hair, I meant black people. The people within that girl's own community were going in on that little girl's hair. So, and there is no secret that, children with a looser hair texture or women with a looser hair texture, especially if they're racially ambiguous or mixed, their hair tends to be praised. Look at how people treat the Kardashian kids. Look at how people treat any kid, period, who's biracial or racially ambiguous, and their hair tends to be a more looser texture. And it's not even, mixed people with a looser texture. Even people who are more black than anything else with a looser texture, that is usually more associated with nicer hair in the black community. But predominantly, what you usually see is the lighter skinned people with the looser textured hair. That's what you predominantly see. That's not always the case, but majority of the time, it's the lighter skinned people or the racially ambiguous people with the looser texture. So Chris Brown's comment was not just disrespectful to black women with, type 4 or tight hair. His statement was disrespectful to dark-skinned black women, period. I have not felt right about Chris Brown since the whole Rihanna situation. I know that happened damn near 10 years ago. I know that was so long ago, and that, people have the capability to change. But the thing about Chris Brown is that he has not changed. This man has, since the Rihanna situation, where he beat her, bit her in her face, punched her, beat her up, left her face bloody and bruised. You know, that's Chris Brown has been telling us who he is for years. After he did that shit to Rihanna, there were many other cases and many other situations where Chris Brown has been abusive to women. He hits them, he curses them out, he punches them, he kicks them in the stomach. Like, I'm not making this shit up. You can go do your own research. But Chris Brown has been telling us who he is for years, and even in some of the music and some of the videos that he puts out, he even if you watch that video, I even wrote a paper on this in college. The video of him and Tyga's song Ayo, where they say all my bitches got real hair. If you watch that video, go back and watch that video and notice that all the women who have nice clothes on, who are deemed as beautiful, who they're surrounded by, you notice that all those women in that video are light-skinned, white women, Latina women with straight long hair. That's supposedly real, because for some reason people act like white women and Latina women don't wear weave. But anyway, go back and watch the imagery in that video. That video was filled of predominantly white, Latin, and light-skinned women. The only black woman in that video was the black woman at the very end who was seen giving head in a car. And when she's done giving head, the guy who she's sucking off takes her wig off and exposes her hair cap. Chris Brown has been showing us and telling us who he is and how he feels about black women and black people, period. Like, you know, I've been peeped his colorist in abusive ways. Like, I've been peeped that shit. That's why I just tend to fall back on him. Chris Brown is not who he used to be. I'm not even gonna lie, I used to love Chris Brown back when Give Me That came out, and he was just, when he was about 16, 17, you know, Chris Brown really used to just be somebody that I really, really supported and respected. But like I said, after that Rihanna situation, and then just a series of him just doing dumb shit after that, getting arrested, you know, going off on people online, you know, now there's rumors that he's out here smoking crack and doing coke and doing all these drugs, which I believe it. Because if you look at this man, his sunken cheeks and just the way he acts and his outbursts and everything like that, like, this man is on some type of drugs. And it ain't just him. It's probably a bunch of people up there doing all types of coke and crack. But Chris Brown, he's definitely on something. But anyway, now this girl who's on Love and Hip Hop, she went off on Chris Brown and said that basically, you know, she called him out. Said that, you know, I've been to the clubs where you had your section and you made it very clear that you didn't want dark-skinned women in your section. And it was more than one time and more than one club where you did this, where you let the dark-skinned girls, light-skinned friends come in, but you and your team specifically said that you didn't want dark-skinned women in your section. And you know, Chris Brown tried to respond with some old ass songs that he didn't write, talking about he got a song called Brown Skin Girls, which I never heard that damn song. First of all, Chris Brown didn't write the song apparently, and that don't take away the fact that you out here disrespecting women, you disrespecting black women, and you not letting dark-skinned women in sections near you. And people need to quit playing stupid. There is a concise and clear difference between having a preference and then just being straight up colorist, disrespectful and hateful towards a group of people. And Chris Brown clearly does not like black women. Just look at the way he treats them. He beats them. He abuses them. He disrespects them publicly. Look at the lyrics in his songs. Look at the videos that he does, where he's putting black women down and he's uplifting all these women outside of his race, outside of the black race. You know, Chris Brown has showed us who he is for so long, yet y'all continue to support him. Now, regardless of how he feels about, you know, black people, it's up to you to decide if you're going to support him or not. I have not supported Chris Brown, not even just off the fact that I don't like the way he treats black people or black women. But I just haven't been feeling his music lately or anything that he's done. Chris Brown has fallen off for me. I know he's still rich. I know he's still successful or whatever. But that don't mean that he's happy. Like, you could get on here and say, oh, but he got more money than y'all. Y'all still broke and he still got more money than y'all. And he can, but that don't take away the fact that this man could really be a really depressed, sad individual. He's doing all these drugs. He can't keep a woman, or he can't respect women. He can't treat women, the way they're supposed to be treated. This man is always in some type of situation where he's getting arrested. He's clearly surrounded by the wrong people. Just because you have money, that don't mean you're happy. That does not mean you're in a good space in your life. How many people have we seen with money overdose on drugs or commit suicide because the money couldn't buy them happiness, or the money couldn't buy them health, or the money couldn't buy them love and loyalty, or the money couldn't buy them respect and human decency? Having money does not make your life perfect. You can have all the money in the world and still be miserable. You can have all the money in the world and still be hateful. You can have all the money in the world and still wish that you didn't live anymore. It's really sad to see what Chris Brown has become, but it is what it is. It's like, as black women, as dark-skinned women, we have to stop putting all of our energy and all of our support into these people and put more of that energy into ourselves and into each other. You know what I'm saying? You don't need somebody who's rich or who's famous to tell you that you're beautiful or to make you see your worth. You can put all that energy, all that money, and all that energy that you put into these other people, put that money into yourself and into each other, and y'all can grow, and we can grow and be and advance and do better for ourselves. When black women spend so much money on businesses and products and things made for us, but they're not made by us. People make so much money off of black women. People benefit off of black women more than black women benefit off of themselves. When you look at the comments, when you look at the subscribers, the followers of these super famous people who disrespect black women, you will see that most of their supporters, most of their Patreons are black women. Black women put so much money and time and energy into other people, but never return that same love to themselves. And it's really sad. I would tell you to stop supporting Chris Brown, but at the end of the day, do what you want to do. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to not support him or to support him or whatever. That's your decision. But I'm letting you know that this is who Chris Brown is. This is who he has been. This is who he has shown us that he's been. Like, how can you sit there and bite a woman in her face? Like, can you imagine watching that situation in the car with Rihanna? Like, this man bit a woman in her face. Like, what type of bitch ass nigga do you have to be to bite a woman in her face? But you got the nerve to get your ass on the internet and call yourself going off on people, yet you a fucking punk. Like, nigga, you bit a woman in her face. You can't recover from that shit, bro. And y'all can say, oh, well, he changed and all this shit, and that was so long ago. This nigga has not changed. This is who this nigga is. Chris Brown is a woman abuser. He's colorist. And he don't give a fuck about black women or black people. Actions speak louder than words. I don't care whose lyrics that he sung. I don't care how many black women that his manager starts to put in his videos now to save face. I don't give a fuck that he was on the song with Remy Ma that he probably didn't write the lyrics for either. This nigga has shown us who he has been for the past 10 years since he beat Rihanna's ass and bit her in the face. And y'all sitting here, like I said, like, Chris Brown been over for me, like, and you could just tell, like, he don't rock the way he used to. Like, he ain't what he used to be. Man, I used to have the biggest crush on him, bro. But now just look at him. He look like a fucking, I ain't gonna do that, but I don't know. Anyway, black women, keep your head up. Y'all gotta learn to just have enough love and respect for yourself to just brush shit like this off. Like, fuck what the fuck he said. What he said it really shouldn't hurt you the way that it does. And I understand where that pain comes from as a dark skinned woman myself. But you gotta have enough love and knowledge of self to just brush shit like this off. Because at the end of the day, this nigga, like, who the fuck is he? Like, his opinion should not determine your worth. It really shouldn't. And it is what it is. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. Like I said, I don't argue in the comments with y'all. Y'all know I don't argue in the comments. If you gonna come on here and be stupid, I'ma just block you. Like, I can have a conversation with someone with a different opinion if you come with valid facts and reason and logic. But if you just a Chris Brown fan and you just naturally biased, or you just a troll, yes, I'm gonna delete your comment, because I do not have time for stupidity and for immaturity and for people to just be childish and stupid. If you come on here with a different opinion than me, voice your opinion in a respectful manner, in a logical manner, with facts, and we can have a good discussion about it. But if you're gonna come on here just with some dumb shit, some shit that you just biased, or you just don't like black women yourself, I'm gonna ignore you and your comment getting deleted. So it is what it is. Anyway, that's what I had to say on that. I'm out.